Season 4 is presented by McDonald's. McDonald's new McCafe coffees, creamy lattes, rich mochas, and frothy cappuccinos, only at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Sidney, how hard was it to leave the ice after losing to Detroit in Game 6 of the 2008 final?
It was tough, but at that point, there's nothing you can do. You know, you lose, and when you go through a long playoff like that, you hope for a better result. But you know, it happened, and it wasn't easy, but it was a learning experience. You know, you still never know if you're going to get that far, but I think you know, for the most part, that's definitely a motivating factor when you're training and getting ready for the next season. You don't want to come up short again. So that was something on my mind for most of the summer.
When you fall short in a championship, in any sport, at any level, the thought is always, you never know when you're going to get that chance again. Could you have ever imagined that you would have had that chance again just a year later?
No, not at all. I was, you know, thinking it was going to be probably years. You know, maybe I would never get that chance. I mean, you look at guys who've played in the league a long time, and you know, my right winger was a perfect example, Billy Guerin. He was 14 years in between, so I feel pretty lucky I was able to get a second crack at it, you know, that soon.
As the season got ready to start, how curious were you to see how the Penguins and you would move forward without guys offensively like Marian Hossa and Ryan Malone in the lineup?
Yeah, it was going to be a challenge, and when you go that far together as a group and you lose some guys, it's tough. I mean, you know, you build that chemistry, and you know, we had new guys come in, and I think you know, we've probably hit some tough points early on in the season. We're questioned a lot, so we had to make sure that we found ways to win.
You began the season with an 8 to 10 day trip in Stockholm, Sweden. Opened up with 2 games against Ottawa. With the new guys, was that a good way to bond? And what do you remember most about that opportunity to bond on the other side of the world?
It was just a good chance to be together. You know, when you're here, you're playing exhibition games and things like that. So the group is a little bit bigger, and when we're over there, we're pretty much narrowed down to our team pretty much, and you're just able to practice and see a new place and really have a good experience together. So it was nice to have everyone, especially with a lot of new faces.
What do you remember about the month of November? The team entered the month in and around 500. I think you were 5-4-2. But as you moved towards December, you won 9 of 12 games. Was that kind of like the first leg of the season where you felt like, okay, we've started to gain some momentum here?
Yes and no. I think those games, I think we were happy with our game to a certain point, but we were winning games in overtime, and we were getting those big plays we needed. You know, by no means were we probably playing our best hockey, but we were finding ways to win, and you know, all good teams do that. So that was encouraging. I think at the same time, though, we thought we could play better, and you know, we found out a little bit later on that we had to be better.
In December, and every team goes through injuries, but you lose guys like Marc-Andre Fleury halfway through November, Tyler Kennedy, Mike Zigomanis, Hal Gill. How does the team find itself when it has to challenge itself to rebound past injuries? Because over the last couple of years, this team has sustained quite a bit as the season moved forward.
Yeah, and hopefully that experience was something that made us better, but that is a frustrating thing to have to deal with. You know, especially last season, you know, every team is gunning for you. They want to make sure that they're at their best when they play you, and when you're playing and you're short on guys, and you don't have a lot of regular guys in there. I mean, it's a battle, and you've got to find ways to be successful. But I think there's always a little bit of frustration that comes with that, and you've got to make sure that you find a way to win.